BigJ's beef.
I would like to give a round of applause to the Star Trek fans. Great job. You did it again. You got a Star Trek series canceled. I hope you guys are truly, genuinely happy that you could not be at peace with any Star Trek since the golden era, TNG, DS9, Voyager. Bitch and complain about Enterprise till it got canceled. Bitch and complain about Discovery, almost got it canceled. Bitch and complain a little bit about Strange New Worlds. Bitch and complain about Prodigy. But somehow you liked Lower Decks, which of course is juvenile humor that really was of no substance. Season 1 was okay, but after that just kind of went off a cliff, in my opinion. But go figure, that's the Star Trek that people seem to like. Bitch and complain about Picard. Bitch and complain about Academy. The first image for Star Trek Starfleet Academy came out showing the oh my god, what's
the Gemma Dark Klingon lady?
Yeah, half Klingon, half Dominion. Half Jim Hadar.
Laura Thok.
Yeah, yep, that's right.
Or Luna Thok, one of the two.
The moment they did that, you got a female. You can tell by the actress's features that she's black. You guys were just ready to go. Rip roaring, let's just start bitching about this show. Oh my God, it's DEI. Oh my God, it's woke. A lot of you wouldn't even be able to define those words if asked, what does it mean? No, it's more of a, I learned this word on the internet. That's the attack word that everyone's going to use now. We're using that now. We're going to use that for the description of things we don't like. Well, congratulations. And you know what? They preemptively went ahead and said, Star Trek Year 1, not happening now. Congratulations. You got that canceled before it even started. So I hope you're all, not every Star Trek fan. I'm just going to blanket and say you, us, we. It's just easier that way. But I know it's not all of you. But good job.
As a collective.
Haters.
As a collective. Good job, haters. You were able to do it. You got a Star Trek canceled because you could not deal with it. You had the trifecta of fandom hate, which is females, minorities, and children, or anyone under the age of 28. So if we don't get Star Trek that's nothing but straight white males slapping ass, you guys aren't going to be happy. You're just not. You're just not going to be happy. So don't even try to give me it's not Star Trek or it's not my Star Trek. Why don't you say what you want to say? You want to say, make America great again. When was America great? When? And for who? Just tell it like you want it. You want it back like it was in the 50s. The good old days of turning fire hoses on black people. You want to go back to where racism is okay and you can be bigoted and sexist and misogynistic and everything else because we're in the golden age of no consequences and no accountability.
Everybody's a keyboard warrior.
You do what?
Everybody's a keyboard warrior. They can be as racist as they want behind a keyboard, but they can't say it to nobody's face.
Everyone's a keyboard warrior.
That part.
Here is the perfect encapsulation of the days we live in. Have any of you watched the show on Amazon Prime, Reacher?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So the main star in that show, Alan Richardson, 6'4", the guy is a walking brick. I mean, he just does ungodly things in this show. And he's true to the character and how the character was written. It's not the Tom Cruise version. Reacher is this big-ass dude that can't walk through a doorway. You don't fuck with him. Well, this jackass in this rich neighborhood decides, I'm going to get in this guy's way when he's on his motorcycle because I think he's going too fast. So I'm going to just stand right in front of him and push him off his motorcycle because I don't expect any consequences. I could just do what I want. And the guy got taught a lesson. Well, and that was after doing everything he could to instigate an issue. And that just tells you that if you have the balls to fuck with the guy that size, that muscle mass, because you are confident nothing's going to happen. That's the problem. That's the problem right there, is because nobody's afraid to bitch and complain about anything because you're not worried about somebody throwing hands on you. I remember a time, this is way back. I'm showing my age now. I'm going to be 49 this year. I'm showing my age. I remember back in a day where you kind of had to watch what you said to somebody in person, because you couldn't just say whatever the fuck you wanted and expect no consequences. You might get rocked. You might get hit in the jaw, and you didn't have a keyboard to protect you for everything. So you maybe kind of watched a little bit of what you said, but no. Now we live where it's actually encouraged to be a dick and to complain about every damn thing that you see. I knew as soon as they released that first image, I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. You guys started bitching, complaining from that moment on. And I am not surprised that they canceled this. They're actually talking about not even putting out season 2. Just saying,
Yeah, I heard that.
fuck you guys.
I wondered if they'd shelve it.
You can't be happy with any
Attack
goddamn
Bro.
thing. So we're not even going to show it because we don't want to listen to a whole other season of you guys using buzzwords. You're woke and your DEI buzzwords, and you're complaining. It's like, you know what? I hope that we don't get any Star Trek ever, because we don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. You've been loud and clear. You're going to not be happy no matter what it is. So if I were, well, here's the problem though. The problem is that as long as the Ellison family thinks that they can make a profit, that's all it is. It's all profit, corporate greed. If they can suck a little bit of profit out of the Star Trek intellectual property, the IP, they'll keep doing it. And I wish they would stop. I really hope that there's no more Star Trek, because I'm tired of listening to you guys complain on social media every day about the same thing, bitching, complaining about all of it. And oh my God, when Jaden, the Klingon played by a black man, once he started showing a gay/queer tendencies, I said that's it. I can't wait to see the bitching and complaining online. And there was a scene where Jet Reno and Laura Thok were holding hands. I said, here we go. Here we go. It's just, it's almost like, I don't know. I saw it coming, and I think we all did at this point.
Yeah, we did.
At this point, we all are conditioned to know when these keyboard warrior haters, I was about to say fat boys. All right, I'll say it. Haters and these Trek beards, you can tell in the different parts of the episodes, oh, they're going to bitch about that. They're going to complain about that. Oh, that's going to have them just besides themselves. And it's a shame. It's a shame when you watch a Star Trek episode and you actually can point out the parts where they're going to be lit up on their keyboards, and it shouldn't be that way. You could watch TNG, DS9, Voyager, all that stuff, and there was no telling what anybody was going to complain about. I mean, we didn't have social media really, so there wasn't a lot of that interconnectivity of talking to people. But now you can get to where you can call these things before it even happens.
We can call them in real time.
In real time, you see it and you're like, yep, that's going to be the part that's going to have them fired up this week. So that's my rant. My rant is I really hope we don't get any more Star Trek because that's what you deserve. You deserve no more.
Where's the beef?
We are Beyond Trek Podcast. Lower your inhibitions and surrender your ears. We will add inspirational and hilarious Trek content to your day. Your attention will adapt to subscribe to us. Resistance is futile.